And we're back with episode 11. A little late. Only 3 minutes behind. Actually, yeah, it's about
Not
3
on
minutes
YouTube.
behind. Cool. Well,
Right
yeah.
on time.
Oh, on
But
YouTube,
for
I'm
live.
far behind. I haven't put up any of them yet. So
I'm saying for live, but welcome everyone. We are a little late, a little stressed. We're talking a lot beforehand, but we're having difficulties coming out with good podcast topics. But we have a few, and I think we can go and connect them. But as always, I'm joined by my beautiful boys.
Hi, I'm Blake.
I'm Abe.
I'm Grime.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lone.
I'm Ray.
I'm 2, and apparently everyone doesn't know how to talk.
We should we should all introduce ourselves by our grunts, so that way.
This is the Grunt Podcast.
I will make sure I don't make any noise before I start. I will just be Poma muted. If I say anything, anytime, I get ribbed for it. So.
Would you like me to give you the power to mute everyone, and then you can just unlock everyone?
I would like that a lot.
Don't do it.
that,
No.
Lone.
Don't do it.
Take our fun away.
No.
We'll have to come up with a different way to mess with him.
You already find creative ways that makes me.
We're
angry.
better at that than topics.
Yeah, it's actually true. Actually, very much true. I am living in a hell universe. Speaking of which, this connects us to a false universe of Blake. What is the worst fictional universe to live in? Would you like to give us an example here, Blake? What you got?
I mean, as just an ordinary person living in any of the fictional universes that we see, the MCU for a normal person would be absolutely horrible. Like,
Would you know half of what was going on? I mean, if you got snapped, you wouldn't know anything until you came back.
if you lived in New York,
But just don't live in New York. That's the trick.
Yeah,
Yeah, you live on the outlines in like the Midwest or something like
Yeah.
Outlines. What do you mean the outline? You mean the outliers? Outlines like it's
Outline.
Drawn World.
that.
yeah. The outlines like the maps. It's like all the coastal regions and whatnot.
That's what I mean.
Technically correct.
As bad as the MCU is, personally, after watching The Expanse,
Ooh, how far are you on that?
God.
I'm start of the 5th season.
Okay. Go ahead, watch an Expanse, yeah, where it's a little more realistic, kind of.
Yeah, like that place is horrific. Like the way that everything's gone in the future is just terrible. Like unemployment and all of the other things that go along with it is just it's horrendous to the point
yeah.
where there is virtually no point in living on the planet Earth, on planet Earth.
On planet Earth, yeah, that's why they all either move to Mars or.
What about like the Wall-E universe? That seems like a horrible place to live.
Well, plus they did the multi-universe too, where they went through the portal. And the rings, yep.
are interesting, yeah. But I mean, those are just a couple of examples that I can think of where, if it ever got to that stage, I don't know if I would ever want to be around for that. But yeah,
DC universe doesn't seem like a fun place to live either, if we're honest.
No, I would say DC seems a little bit worse. I mean, besides Metropolis, if you look at Gotham, it's a little ran down compared to all like the Marvel universes. Like they're all like cities. Besides Hell's Kitchen, that's just a suburb. So,
Oh, I love that show.
oh Hell's.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking that.
Actually, the only reason I say this is because actually my parents are watching Hell's Kitchen right now. So.
The difference in Gordon Ramsay when he deals with kids versus adults, it's amazing. I want to see
Well,
him
also-
yell at a small child. I think that would be horrible and hilarious at the same time.
Well, adults can also just take it easier, as well kids are still developing, and it's for like they go into it knowing that they're going to be yelled at. So that's the difference. Well, kids can't comprehend that as much.
I just want him to yell at kids. I think it would be hilarious.
Uh-huh.
I honestly think
You-
my favorite thing from Gordon Ramsay is the idiot sandwich meme.
With the idiot sandwich, yeah, that's
Mhm.
Anybody else think of any universes they wouldn't want to live in?
almost
There
any
are-
fictional universe.
Yeah.
Does the one we're
Lord of
living
the
in now
Rings?
count?
That's that seems like a horrible universe to live in up to a point.
Which universe?
Lord of the Rings universe, Middle Earth. Star Wars, you're just gonna die. You're gonna be that one person on the planet. Your planet's gonna be erased.
Mm-hmm.
Just walking down the street, going to work, and then all of a sudden, just
What's that?
nothing.
What's that red glow?
What is that
coming
new
from
moon?
The north, the sun doesn't go up.
Why is there a new moon in the sky?
I think I've heard something about this. It's like, oh, it's called. There's another podcast like called Plumbing the Death Star, and they talk about like scenarios in these universes, and it's hilarious. But yeah, it's a similar thing of you don't really want to be in most fictional universes. Let's be honest. Nobody wants that.
And that's the thing as well, though. Like, there is no way that you are going to be some sort of protagonist in any of these universes.
So
you
you
don't
can
know my protagonist's power.
you're gonna get the shit into the stick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can be the fucking normal that gets like Superman accidentally runs you over. Sorry.
Drops a train on you.
Like the
Oh,
boy.
the boys!
Yes, yes, just like that. That is the most realistic way you would end up dying to you would die to either a superhero or because the superhero did something, or it just be none of it's fun. It never works out great for the normal people.
And then you're the one who has to deal with your insurance, trying to explain how Superman dropped the train on your car.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you
What
can
happened
just
to your
pull up
house?
an article, like on some site, and be like, this is the reason why I'm like almost dead.
Basically Hancock.
Yeah.
I mean, insurance premiums would be absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, you just be
Like,
like,
insurance
I'm
would
just
just
gonna
be like there would be no
Mhm.
point in having insurance. Oh, insurance would be so needed, but it'd just be so prohibitively expensive that no one would have it. But you know,
This is how you know you're old when you're talking about like insurance premiums and realistic stuff like that.
I got it. I was thinking about that earlier. It's I got a policy declaration page, like my policy renewed. And I had the thought of, why do you send this to me? I can't read half the shit on here. I just look for the total and go, okay, that hasn't changed. It's a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo. I'm like, okay, it
our
all
terms
seems
and conditions have changed.
Yeah, okay.
It's like
I didn't know them
whoever
before.
reads those to begin with.
Yeah,
Oh,
I,
yeah,
don't- I
that's
didn't
the
read them
most-
before. I'm sure as hell not going to read them now.
They can
That's
have
the
a
most
clause
lied
that-
about
Go ahead.
thing. In the terms of this. Have you read? Yes.
Oh my god, you ever hear there's a comedian that talks about that? It's like, he's like, you ever think that these companies like hide, like, you agree to kill babies and feed them to our factory? You think they ever add shit like that to there?
Well,
I was gonna
there's
say, they could have had like "We Own Your Soul" or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, I remember there was some
Legends of
story about-
Tomorrow. That was the whole one of the seasons was about that.
Oh yeah, DC. Yeah, I forgot about that show.
I forgot about DC. Disney.
No,
I
I
do
watched that show.
remember-
I was watching
We're
Arrow at the
reminded
time,
today.
too.
I can't remember where it was, but I remember reading something about it's like a small startup company basically putting somewhere in their terms and conditions, like by reading the terms and conditions, if you email such and such, we will issue you with a $100 voucher for whatever. I think out of a couple of 100,000 licenses that they actually sold, they got maybe 4 responses to that email address.
A lot of
So it's like-
times, the ones that actually read it are people who are in like the law Like a background or career, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of my
Yeah.
professors talking about business ethics and legal. He mentioned terms and conditions and all that.
I've been tempted to read some companies because I just know those companies might actually have something like goofy like that.
Well, you know what it is. It's that, you know, we're so sue heavy nowadays that these companies, a lot of them, have to do this stuff to avoid people suing the shit out of them.
Mm-hmm. Since everybody nowadays is just so suit happy and
Well, in
butthurt.
America especially, I think it's a very American thing. That's hamburgers, French fries, and we sue everybody.
America.
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 Fuck yeah.
Oh, shoot, you're
Gonna save the motherfucking day now.
see how many
Sorry,
kids sue
Team
their
America
parents?
theme just jumped in my head. Remember that movie?
What?
You don't
sorry.
remember Team
Yeah,
America?
Team
the movie?
America.
It's
No,
the same guys that did
Yeah.
South Park.
Oh, I was talking about what Grim said.
Oh,
What did he say?
Yeah, I
I,
was
thought,
trying to
I don't
figure-
listen half the time when Grim
I was
talks.
trying to figure that out as well. Yeah.
there's been a lot of cases to where a kid will sue their parents for whatever reason. Y'all never heard about
You
that?
can sue for
I've heard of
separation
it.
from your parents, but you have to present a lot of evidence.
Let me look up some examples. Oh, my
I don't
caps
think
lock is on.
Congratulations.
Did you say your cat's lock is on?
Cap with a P.
Are you sure it wasn't cat?
Yeah, let's cap.
Be great if it was cat. What's a cat lock?
A lock you put on your cat so it can't escape the house randomly.
I don't think that would work. Cats are known to get out of the things like that.
I think your cat would scratch you half to death before you did anything.
Oh, okay. Here's one off the top of the list. 18-year-old, which I guess that's not really a kid, but sues parents for posting baby pictures on Facebook.
Oh, well.
Well,
alright.
here's my question for you.
How old is that story?
Legally, that's his image, right? And when he becomes 18,
2016.
he owns that image. Is it 16? I think 16 is still the age of
Yeah,
adulthood in
but
most
that's
states.
like, it's,
No, 2016 is what he was
think
asking.
An article came out.
I think some weird like.
It's a weird
Facebook
loophole
thing.
thing. I don't know why you would do
Y-
it. I
Does
mean,
that become
that's
his
why
picture
it's-
though?
It's always been his picture, and when he becomes 18, he can own property and stuff. I think.
Yeah, but photographers, if you take a picture of someone,
Well, you-
it's still the
you-
photographers.
Well, yeah, but you agree to like
It's
using.
just about like copyright and public
Especially
domain
if
stuff.
it's public stuff. It's like you ever seen those shows where they have to blur people's pictures out? That's because those people either they couldn't get approval, or those people didn't approve their picture to be displayed.
All right, here's another one. Okay, so this is 27-year-old he sues his parents for giving birth to him without his consent.
Okay, that's just
Okay.
somebody seeing what the hell they can get away with.
This was
Yeah,
2019.
Yeah, it's 100% a guy is trying to get money out of his parents.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably some guy. They're like, "Hey, look, you gotta get the fuck out of the house, okay?"
I'm pretty sure we haven't seen or heard of anybody suing their parents yet for I didn't get my stimulus money. They got the stimulus money.
Oh, I'm sure that's coming.
Oh, I mean, those people crying about not getting as much as people that have kids.
Mm-hmm.
You
they
want
were
to be like, okay, then you pay for those kids that these people have, and
I
you
was
can get
gonna
that
say,
much.
If you should experience the wonders of childbirth, raising those kids to get that money, then you could.
You ever think about how much your parents or any parent spends on their kid? And let's say you just stay, like I stayed at my parents' house. Well, it never doesn't end right at 18, but like just say 18 years of food, power, water, school, trips, all that. Add all that shit up. Your parents could have retired. So why do you think I don't want kids?
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a nice retirement. If I have kids, I'm screwed. Look at Grim.
Wow, it's true. Here's another one.
I went from being young and like wanting kids to now I'm like old. I'm like, yeah, I don't
Well,
never
see-
have kids.
I'm namesake for my family, right? There's not very many males of my family line left, which I guess it doesn't matter now. I mean, they can carry on the family name. It's a different era. But I used to think, oh God, I need to carry on my family name. I have the perfect solution. When I'm about 72, I'm going to adopt a 17 and a half or 17 and like 2 months from 18-year-old and give him my last name and be like, here's some money, here's my last name, I'm gonna go over here and die now, just carry on my name.
Good luck.
I go to die now. Goodbye.
I'm gonna be like a cat, I'm just gonna wander into the woods.
Well, this girl is suing her parents to pay for her college.
Okay.
What?
Well, I mean, that I can understand because, I mean, it depends. If her parents have money and don't want to help her for college, but
I mean, there's the difference between should they and can they? Because the parents don't.
Sorry,
always
my daughter's a
have to.
fucking idiot. I'm not gonna help her. She's never gonna pass.
Well, like if they if
Jesus.
like failing classes and stuff, and they like aren't trying, constantly polling and stuff. Like I've known people like that.
Oh yeah.
I've had friends like that where they're like just failing out of their own like volition and they're just like not taking the classes seriously. Then yeah, the parents shouldn't have to pay for that. And be like, hey, you screwed up. You deal with it.
I mean, you act
But-
differently when you're the one having to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
Well, and some of them, like my cousin, she went to law school and all that, and they paid for that. But she was also straight A student because she's freaking OCD, and she's like the first of our family to get a degree and all that. Like our whole like extended family. So she's like, I'm going to be the best fucking lawyer. She like straight A's and all that stuff.
I'm gonna
I
have
felt
to
bad
bail
'cause
out, or I'm gonna have to get Raymond out of jail. I already see, so I'm gonna become a lawyer.
She's a corporate lawyer, but I do have her card. I am not kidding. I was like, she gave me her card, and her husband's a lawyer now too. And I was like, oh, thank you. I will definitely use this.
This'll come in handy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's nice having it in the family. I'll be honest. If I can only get a doctor and a dentist, I'll have the whole set. I don't know why a dentist came up, but the doctor was definitely the other one. Accountant? What's the other? There's like the big three: lawyer, doctor.
well, you're the accountant.
Business owner?
I'm not a smart accountant. I'm like the idiot accountant that sits
I'm
in the
not
back.
a smart accountant. I just happen to,
I
Well,
can
don't have a
count.
degree or anything.
I can count on my
I'll tell you,
hands.
I work with enough CPAs to know that anybody in this phone call is smarter than most of the CPAs I deal with about
bet.
tax issues and stuff. I'm not even shitting you. I have to explain to them basic payroll tax stuff, and I'm like, look, I didn't even go to college. Why do you not know this? Why are you stupid?
technically my my mom doesn't have a CPA or like the not degree but like the license whatever. But she does accounting all the time.
Well, shoot,
Yeah,
listening to
she's- ask her if she's smarter than most of the CPAs she deals with. I bet the answer is yes.
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah, I just like amazes me. Like, how did you cheat your way through school? Be honest.
well, shoot, listening to some of the people in my classes, holy shit, they're dumb.
Yeah.
What's your degree going for, Grim?
Bachelor in Business Administration.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Business administration are full. The two owners of my company have degrees. I'm amazed they can find their way to work every day. Some of the stuff they do and say, it's just like, you guys not see what's going on around you?
And some of these people are actual business owners right now,
Yeah.
and they're fucking idiots.
Yeah, that's what my company does, is deal with business owners. I've never, and I don't know if this is a reflection on the business we deal with. Gotta hope none of them are gonna hear it. They're all idiots. But
They're idiots. They can't
but
hear this.
I've never dealt with more slimy people than some of the business owners we've dealt with. Some of the shit they do, and you're like, what the hell? Is this legal? But there's a lot of business owners that like to dance in that gray area.
Yeah,
And
because
it makes you go,
they're trying to either save money for their business or make money for themselves.
a lot of it, from what I've seen, is make money.
Oh yeah.
When you're paying your people, you like refuse to pay them a decent wage, but you drive around in a brand new Mercedes to get a new one every year. Yeah, makes me think that you're an asshole. And not to mention, he is just straight up asshole. The one I'm talking about.
Straight up asshole.
Oh, he is basically none of the other girls that do payroll at my business. I say girls because they're all girls. I used to do payroll. but he has burned through every one of them except for one because they all refuse to work with him because he's such an asshole.
Oh, I
And
thought
he-
that
and
was
he-
going somewhere else.
I
Well,
did too. for a second.
No, he's a sexist asshole too because he'll like if he won't listen, they'll have one of the guys talk to him who actually listen to us over a guy over them. But I see that, and I don't know if you guys, if Grim, you might see it more as you get more into business administration. I see sexism all the time.
That is one of the bigger topics that they kind of go over. This guy, never mind. Sorry.
It still exists. I used to think it didn't, but I've worked in business administration for years now, and the good old boy club still exists. I mean,
Okay,
it amazes me.
remember, I work at a car dealership. I've done it for
Uh-huh.
15 years plus. I've worked with women 15-year plus. The amount of men that come in there. Let me speak to one of the guys. It's just like, come on now. They've
Yeah.
been here 30 plus years.
Yeah, she knows more than I do. What the hell are you talking about? That's what I have to tell him.
But
Like,
she's
this
the one who
woman's been
taught me
doing this for
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, this woman, she's used to be my supervisor, been doing it for 20 years, and you won't listen to her? Yeah, that,
We used
that
to
really
always go
baffles
to,
me.
like a phone call or something would come through. We would always, you
Leave
know.
just mysteriously just disappear.
well, make them feel bad. It's like, really? I mean, it's just like, it's just, I mean, it's sad. I mean,
Yeah, I just don't, I guess because I can't wrap, none of us here probably can wrap our brain around how you think that way. Because my mom is, and it sounds like Trace says the same thing, my mother and most of my sisters all work and they're very successful in their field. I mean, none of them have a degree, but like my mom's administrator at a hospital and you know, and when I was younger, I'd get home and dad would be the one that would get home before mom and he would cook dinner half the time. But it, you know, I guess I had two older sisters that helped too, but it's just like, I don't understand that thought process at all.
mhm.
It's just how people are raised.
Yeah, but you would think that like at a certain point you'd go, wait, maybe I'm the problem. You
Well, they
know?
probably have to be more like
Aware.
exposed to it.
What,
Yeah.
people admitting their own problems? Absolutely not.
I guess somebody needs to probably tell them too. Hey, you know, which it's hard to do in this kind of, you know, hard to tell somebody that they're wrong.
In this society.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on what it is. But something
We
like
tell
that-
Trace all the time, but half the time he's not wrong. We just do it because.
No, I admit when I'm wrong on something, but I very rarely will take like debates / fights with people if I'm not wrong. Like I will like it's usually like I will hold down on something if I know I'm like 99% right on it. You know, there's like very little topics I don't go on like very hard on that I just don't know nothing on. But when I do like say something wrong, I will admit it. But I'm very few people I think I've seen in my personal life follow that same logic.
I've had to convince people where I live, you know, where we live, where we're at. I have a very different view than a lot of the people around me. And I've had to learn a way to basically calmly try to explain to them my point and that I don't think their point is wrong. I'm just trying to, and it works. It's worked with my family members, you know, switching the way they think about things. So it's not instantaneous. It's not like, oh, I'm wrong, I'm going to switch the way I think. It's a
Right.
gradually over time thing.
Yeah, just something that like people. It's not really what you say; it's how you say it. for
Yeah.
most
You
people.
get Martin Luther King said this: hate begets hate, and there's nothing truer. The anger, the more you are, the more that person's going to be the same way. You know,
Mhm.
it's just something I wish everybody could understand because it seems like a lot of people have that problem.
I mean, a lot of people don't. That's the reason why the world is the way the world is. You know,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
this. It's just people just don't care about like the small things.
Well, it's always me. All they care about is themselves, pretty much.
Yeah, most people are generally like that.
Yep. A lot of people are selfish. I like, especially people living in first world countries. It's like, dude, go stay with somebody in Africa or Mexico. Then you'll know what real pain and suffering is. Oh, my iPhone doesn't work. Okay.
Shoot, the amount of people who call 911 when their phone like loses signal.
That ambulance show I listened that I watched. It was all England and Australia, so I can blame them. But no, I'm sure it happens in America the same way.
You know,
it was just like the stuff they would call, and the people on the other line would be like, "That you need to call a taxi, not the ambulance service. We don't have enough ambulances to answer the calls we have without people like you calling." And it was a lot of that. There's a lot of people going, "I need an ambulance," and they're, "No, you don't."
You guys
But
remember
it's
one
an
time?
emergency. I need to
time-
get home.
I was talking about a show called World's Dumbest. They had a boatload of episodes with people doing just that for some of the most ridiculous things.
God, I've not seen World's Dumbest in a long time.
I
Yeah.
think it got
Just
canceled.
go outside.
Well, it got
It-
remade. There was like new people. I don't know if it's been canceled.
Oh,
TV
yeah,
in years now.
I mean, you can only show the same. Well, I mean, you got YouTube. Everything's kind of switched to YouTube when it comes down to the videos on the World's Dumbest.
Yeah, YouTube kind of took over a lot of that. There's like a video of a Ring camera where some lady, I don't think she's dumb, she thinks she just made a mistake. She locked herself out of the house and she lives like in freaking North Dakota and it's snowing and she's like in shorts and stuff. And she runs over to her cameras, the neighbor's cameras like, can you call the cops? I'm gonna freeze to death. And that's how calm she was. She was like, basically it was like negative something degrees outside and she's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna die. Can you call the cops? I was like, wow, I hope I'm that calm if I'm ever go through something like that. Just like, sometimes in that ambulance show is the same way. People would be going, especially older people, they'd be going through like some horrendous pain, right? They'd be like, oh, I don't want to bother you. It's like, sir, you're having a heart attack. You need an ambulance. You're not bothering us. She told him one of the ways was like, the 32-year-old that stubs his toe and calls us bothers us. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I've only had to call 911 one time in my entire life, and that was because some guy got on top of our house a few years ago, and I guess fell off. And we weren't sure if he was trying to break into our house or the neighbor's house. But
Sounds like a Florida man.
but he definitely
He was just
like,
lost.
he definitely
the higher vantage point.
I mean, he definitely like fucked up his neck really bad. So I kind of like, it was one of those moments where like I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just like, oh, this guy needs help. I need to call the ambulance for him. Well, I should have just been more like, yeah, fuck this guy. Just let him sit here and just
I'm
die.
surprised you didn't go like Scorpion
What?
when they. You don't know what a scorpion is? When they bend over backwards. Oh, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Ain't it?
What?
Isn't it on ridiculous? Ridiculousness, whatever it's called.
Ridiculousness.
Ridiculous and all.
So they have a thing called the when people fall over, twist over like it is, and called the scorpion.
Basically, when they land on their chest and their feet come over the back of their head.
Oh no, he wasn't like that. He was laying on his back. But yeah, I get what you're saying now. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, because I called it and I was like, okay, guys are on the cops in the ambulance because he's not supposed to be. He was trespassing, but he definitely is like he fucked his back pretty good. So they sent a cop over, and the cop basically was just asking him a few questions. Then he just radioed for an ambulance, and he came a few minutes later.
It's like,
But
what
yeah,
the fuck were you doing?
His story in quote was him and a friend. They had a wedding shower in my neighborhood, and they just wanted to go around and like jump on top of houses.
Because that's what a logical, sane person does.
And I called my dad from work because it was my day off. That was back when we were working together. And I told him about it. And he came home, and the cop asked restraining order. I was like, "Yeah, we don't know him, and he's just randomly, in quotes, jumping around on top of houses. We'll take a restraining order on him."
Hey, Dad. Yeah, this
Well-
guy fell off a roof. He was trying to be Spider-Man.
Well, the best part about it
Man,
is the excuse of, "Oh yeah, I'm just hopping around. My friend is in this neighborhood or whatever." But he got left to not die, but he got left just to see the cops though. is completely by himself. Which that I kind of feel bad about because his friend flaked on him.
Do you know if he actually had a friend?
Well, most likely.
Wait a
because
second, that sounds like.
you get onto
Do you
the house,
actually have a friend, buddy?
to get onto the house, they need
Do you
a
need
ladle.
one?
So the friend jumped off the ladle and left him. So
You
yes.
sound like a good time. Or you know how to have a good time.
You sound
you
like a
have-
good time. What the hell does that mean?
Oh, you know.
Do I? Do we know?
No,
Ray does.
I don't know anything.
You know everything. Anyways.
It's a really weird conversation was just had.
Oh, you should have been here. Oh, you were here.
You should have been here for that conversation. You contributed to it and might have started.
Did you say that? I thought that
think
was
so.
Blake.
I think Blake jumped in.
No, we were talking about butt
I
plugs,
don't,
but
I don't,
that's
I
beside the
don't
point.
start those conversations.
Oh, that one, yeah.
No, I did start that one. Blake did jump in, though.
You sound like you're throwing
I
him
just
on-
enjoy making those conversations even more awkward at times. Kind of like what I do with the intros.
Yep.
Yep.
But that's my only experience with 911. But this is a little stretch of when we were talking about fictional universes.
Oh yeah, we were
Imagine how
talking
far
about that.
actually
I've-
stretched.
I forgot
I've been
we were
trying
talking about that.
Yeah, I did too.
My own.
We ended up from fictional universes to butt plugs. Hey, it tracks.
Yeah.
What?
What?
That was the last thing we talked about was butt plugs.
Was
So
it?
fictional universe butt plugs. Yeah, that's what Grim said. You didn't hear Grim? He's talking about his collection.
Oh, you want to know about my collection? Oh, well,
No, no.
No.
oh, you're no fun.
Trace is gonna kill us.
Jesus is
I
gonna
should
kill
have-
us?
No, Trace is gonna kill us. I
Oh.
wouldn't call him Jesus, I don't think. He's not number one, he's number 3, remember?
What?
Oh, I gotta remember Trace lives close enough that he could actually drive to my house.
Mm-hmm.
And he will.
I can guesstimate where you live.
Your ass won't find me for sure. I don't think my neighbors know where I live.
Finding a Ray challenge.
Didn't we send him a package?
Oh shit! Trace actually has my actual address. Aha! You have my work address.
Big
Aha!
deal.
I
I
put
mean,
my work address because I didn't know you guys at the time. I'm like, yeah, if I'm gonna get
didn't
DDoS,
know
I'll
us
let
at
work.
the time. What do you mean?
Well, I didn't know you as well when like
3 months ago.
that's when when we first started talking about it. It was not 3 months ago.
That was before
Oh,
the podcast, so
Half
we
a
didn't
year.
know he.
Yeah.
Oh, I've spoken to Ray before that. Hold on.
Oh, y'all know
That
my
was-
exact address.
That was back in
November?
Nope.
No, it was October.
You gave me your address on October and December.
Yeah.
So,
See, I didn't know you that well. It's
months
been
ago.
months
Yeah,
since then.
that's in my Discord messages.
But I'll tell you a secret. I don't give most anybody my address. I
Yeah, it was
don't like
October.
giving.
Oh, Ray. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I can use this find where you woke and
And then follow you
go
home.
to the employee handbook. Oh, yeah, that too. That is the simpler option.
No, most companies won't
You
give
can
you
go through
a.
what? I
would
work at a
say-
company
Right.
that has 6 people,
Alright.
and I'll tell all of them to say no.
Trace.
Mhm.
All you do is sit outside. You know what vehicle he just got.
But
But I work at a company that has 6 people. If there's a car sitting outside, we'll fucking notice it.
No, okay, never mind. I'm not going to get into this.
Oh God, is this
I'm
how
not
you
gonna tell you
followed?
this.
Is this how you followed 2 and got on a scooter behind him?
No.
no, I'll be honest, Ray. If I ever wanted to, I could, but nah, there's no reason. This is literally
Just like, why would you want? You want to follow the? Oh look, this man lives a boring life. Let's follow this. It's like, I'm decided I'm going to be bored today and follow this man in his sad, boring life.
about to be anything.
You guys have no idea how hard it would be for you to find me.
First off, we'd have to take a flight that would take like forever.
like I would be bankrupt
Only like
trying
17 hours. Come on.
I'd be
I'd have to
bankrupt trying
beg to get
fly it.
home.
Don't forget about the week quarantine too. You would have to do.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
Two weeks.
quarantine.
Oh, don't you destroy this?
In the outback, they put you in a cage with spiders, don't they?
Yeah,
And
that's,
snakes.
that's what they use. the
Helps you
desert
develop some of the immunities.
for, of course.
I love that Trace is talking about how much shit we give him, but it seems like every podcast we give Blake shit for just being Australian.
Well,
I mean-
that's Americans do, don't we?
I've
Yeah.
never. I mean, he deserves it for messing up the intro, so I don't back him. anymore.
He deserves it.
If
You
anything,
remember that?
I'm one of the people holding him to the final now. I pledge allegiance to the flag against the Aussies.
What else was I going to add to this?
Yeah. Think another
Ah.
universal.
Can't remember now.
Talking about stalking, because that's our new topic.
Stockings?
No, not those kind of stockings.
2.
Yes, you are.
Stocks. You said stocks. I heard stockings.
I heard
I
stockings
heard
too.
that.
No, stalking.
Yeah.
The act of stalking and posting.
Oh,
Oh.
stocking. Oh, that kind of. Yeah, I thought you said like stockings. Like
Like
yeah,
what
I
I-
was so
Like the
confused.
socks.
Like
yeah.
what I used to do
Oh,
for
that's right. I've now remembered what I was actually going to say. Those
Did
little
you?
gifts
It's a long delay.
still hasn't arrived.
Jesus Christ!
What hasn't?
Your thing you sent him.
What?
Boy, shipping international is fun.
Especially if USPS takes it.
Well, okay, it took me a while to get mine, but that was okay. I can talk. I can find the reason for this, Blake. I didn't know you didn't get it at all.
Well, are we talking about the little things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that's just surprising to me. I thought you got it, and then, shit. Well,
Like, you gotta say stuff. Gotta let them know.
You know, these sorts of things don't really cross my mind that often. And then just for whatever reasons, I leave things for an excessively long amount of time, and eventually it's like, oh yeah, by the way.
What did
I'm gonna be
y'all?
honest. It's probably fucking gone. It's probably like stuck somewhere, or like in someone's someone took it for whatever reason.
What did y'all use to send it to him? I know with us, I think it was USPS, right?
I have no idea. That was Flynn's department. I literally have no idea how he handled it. I assume I think it was FedEx or whatever, but just the
No,
international.
if it was FedEx, it should have already been there.
FedEx has let me down at work a few
But
times.
for international, either UPS or FedEx is generally going to be better than the alternative.
Even if it comes to you, Blake, by now, it's probably chipped. Like quite a bit. It's taking this
It
long.
was wrapped pretty good.
Yeah, it was
Right,
wrapped
but,
pretty good.
I
I'm
get
saying
crushed somewhere along the way.
this is months down the road. Something's not right. I'll send a message to him and see if he can pull the tracking info. That's amazing. I thought you already had it. Actually, I
Yeah,
have my desk right next to me.
Mine's on my shelf. My voice just cracked like I'm a teenager. Fine. It's right on my shelf.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not that surprised that it's been this long, but the way international shipping is at the moment, it's like all kinds of messed up.
It's probably on a
So,
boat. like
There's a very good
60
chance that
miles
it is
out.
probably still, it's probably still on the way.
Something that small, it would amaze me if they shipped that on a boat.
It's traveling by hand. Someone's
They're swimming.
Yeah. I made that joke about I don't know if I would get towards you guys about this, but the treadmill we have got broken and shipping on a way uphill. and we had to hire a guy to come up here and fix it. But when they first recontacted us about it, they were like, okay, we have your address down here in a city that was an hour away from where we lived. And we're like, well, we don't live there. We used to live here, but now we're up here. And like, oh, okay, it's gonna be a while before we can get someone up there. And it took them months to like respond back to anything. And so we made the joke that the guy was running all the way from that town that was hours south of us, all the way up in the 9-10 hour trek up to Georgia. And then he would show up, but he would like not have the pole that he needed and have
So
to
just
run
run
all
back.
the way back. But no, he actually they sent someone up here and they got it fixed, which took forever. But it was a process. I'm sure that's what's happening. Blake is he's
Oh yeah, like I say, I know international shipping is an absolute dog's breakfast at the moment. So
I don't actually, you know, funny to use that phrase. My dog actually eats pretty well, so
I don't know, but at least for
Boy,
work.
The crickets after that joke.
it's not a joke. I'm like just stating a fact, but yeah.
I mean, at work, we've shipped stuff to like Italy, Netherlands, and they got there on time from what they were saying.
You know what the secret, the difference between those and where Blake is? Those are technically closer.
Well, then you got customs, and you're sending it from a non-business.
Yeah.
So,
Customs sucks.
The problem
I
is
agree.
get like, you know, posting through a like an envelope thing, you know,
So,
container, I guess.
how many times has that been X-rayed at this point? I wonder.
Quite a bit.
Is it like
It's probably
irradiated at
melted
this
now.
point?
I actually yes, and say it's probably just gone by now.
It's fine. His spacesuit protects him.
I hope so. I hope he makes.
He's gonna glow in the dark too. Yours is better than ours at this point.
Glow in the dark.
I don't think that's how that works, but you know.
I like that in my mind now. Grim thinks that if you get radiation poisoning, you grow in the dark. Grow in the dark?
Grow in the dark. Yep.
Well, I mean,
Well.
Yep.
grow a couple
He's
extra
a
eyes.
reverse plant.
oh, Ray.
I don't want to talk about it.
You sure you don't?
Yes,
No.
we can't talk about it.
I know, that's why I said that.
Fuck, I lost my sword. Sorry.
May I ask what one?
There's a cutlass. Sorry, Trace.
No, that's fine.
I got my ass kicked in the caves, and it started as a fun thing where it lets everybody in the fucking server know when you get your ass kicked.
Good.
Good. Wait a second.
It took you a while to realize that. You're like,
Sorry, that goes back to my
oh,
favorite
what?
clip I have of Good. It was back in the early when I joined days of Two Bananas, and we were playing tabletop, and that was back when Jalen used to play with us a lot, and then Cass was also with us, but they weren't there for the night. It was like the first time that was just only guys, and we were like talking about it for like a second, and I don't think Good was listening, but like yeah, well, it's just a guys' night or something, and Good was like good.
Oh yeah.
And I clipped it and I have the audio of it because I wanted to use the good part for something. Like it was just like a very good like soundbite to have on file. But the entire clip, I have to find it real quick. I definitely have the audio version of it. I might put it in Discord. But I was like one of my first Two Bananas moments, and it's really good.
Just like one of those times when he's probably talking to his chat or something and not paying attention.
Well, like I think he definitely was like listening, but I don't think he was listening 100%. He was like it was like a 90% like listen. Well, he probably should have taken the 10% to think about it, but it's still a very good clip when you look at it real quick. But
Speaking of Jalen, she actually let me know that I was Still streaming the other night.
Oh, did she?
Was it? I thought
yeah.
it was Blake.
Blake did
Yeah,
it in
you
this
also-
chat, but she actually like messaged me about it. At 10 o'clock,
Yeah,
my phone goes on Do Not Disturb, so I do not get any.
Hmm,
Yeah, so does mine.
the same at time as mine.
Yeah, mine too.
That's what
Bad
time
ones.
yeah.
It's like we're all old. Like, what time do you? Oh, you can't. I forgot. You're one of those on-call
Australia
people.
time, so who knows?
Well, I
It's a-
can.
He goes. It's a kangaroo. His phone goes to.
Well, I mean, my phone I can set to where it'll certain people can ignore it, or it'll
mine
ignore that.
Mine'll do that too.
And
Like,
of course,
I had,
my
like one or
boss.
two people. Yeah.
The strangest time that I received a phone call to ask me if I wanted to come into work was 2:40 in the morning.
Yeah,
asking me
I
if I
don't
wanted
know.
to start at 4.
I don't know how I'd answer that. What the?
You
What's going
think
on?
they would have to give you more of a notice on, especially something like that? How long have you been awake, or ask you questions like that?
I would imagine that question would come up. Have you been drinking?
Do you have pants on?
Yes. Have
Well-
you slept tonight?
Technically, it's up to us to actually let them know that we are not in a fit state to actually work. So they can ask
I'm sure
So,
OSHA
you
has some type
guys,
of.
if we
like,
actually
you're not
want to
on-
do it or not.
You're not on call all the time, right? For that kind of shit. Because I know
It's,
people that are on call generally, like when you're like if you have an on-call weekend or something like that, or every night, you don't drink. But when you don't have an on-call weekend, you know you can drink and stuff.
That's
well, I
why-
mean, technically, if we're on a day off, we are. Well, they basically say that you have the option of making yourself available to go to work
Hmm.
if you so choose. A lot of guys don't do it, but because I'm
Awesome.
single and don't have any real commitments outside of work, it's like, well,
Hmm.
if I go in for a day off work, it is literally $500 in the hand.
You know that.
How do you feel about your job? I think that would dictate how
Sounds
much
like
you want to
even
go
not
do
that
it.
much money.
Do you hate your job or you're okay with it?
I'm fine with it. It's
Okay,
not
so
like
yeah.
It's not like I hate going to work every day. So
Yeah.
That's why
I never played Wits and Wages. Anyone ever played that?
He
Never even heard
definitely
of
knew what he was saying.
Apparently, it's a good
I have to listen to this
mini
now,
person
hang on.
game.
I wish I could, but
Mini
the
person?
recording and streaming
Yeah, I
is
heard
Very
way
tiny
too
people.
small.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing it.
Manny
It's
person.
very good.
It's only men.
I think we only
Still
have one
get there.
tonight, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Good.
Everybody's watching that clip right now, so.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Yeah.
I got everyone.
Oh. Oh yeah, okay, that's good.
Good old good.
Yep.
It's like, oh yeah, we only have guys tonight, don't we? Good.
I like the mini
Finally.
person
Many.
because I was sitting there going, "There's nothing wrong with what I understood what he said," but for everybody else, it was like Minnie, and he's like Manny. He just like overemphasizes the word. It's like everybody with him and iron,
Iron.
iron. Yeah.
Arr.
Ow.
Well. That's all this. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's how I say it. They all sound the same.
What does he say? Or what's this
well,
about?
well,
Well,
and well.
oh,
well.
You get water from the well.
It's an old-
The whale ate Pinocchio. And what's the other whale I was thinking of?
like WELL.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's like you had to like spell that out. I was like, what does that spell?
No, I was reading something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I have a rough time saying words, so I don't really give anyone that much trouble when they have some issues. Unless it's like they omit, like they're deliberately like not pronouncing it a certain way. Not,
Well, I mean,
if they just can't say it like properly, that's one thing. But like, if they're like just being an asshole about pronouncing it.
everybody knows English is hard.
Yeah, it is.
But not if you're like a native English English speaker and it's the only language you know. Then it shouldn't be old.
Have you not seen
Should
people
be,
on
but-
Facebook?
If it's I'm not
Oh,
fitness to see like that one. Fitness say. There you go. Fix and say.
Like that's just like a whole different like. Honestly, annex
That
is solid
timing on what you just did there is perfect.
to us.
Yep. I just saw
You know,
it
when you're
today.
talking about native English speakers and stuff like that. I hate to bring up the game again, but Lone, when you're talking about like, have you read Facebook and all that? He made a typo in the chat right when he was saying that. It's like, yeah, that timing. Yeah, we're really good at our language.
I know how to say words, I just can't say them because of like
Speech
whatever.
impediment.
Yeah, whatever speech impediment I have.
Same.
It's just something I just get over. Unless someone makes fun of me for it, then that's
I
my-
used to have the S's.
I still have
Ours.
S's.
Mine was ours.
yeah,
And it's
my,
hell when your first name starts with an R.
yeah, my middle name has an O, and I can't say it.
I mean, hell, we get a whole entire subject. We used to call it, what, pancakes, pancakes.
Panty
Did you
cakes?
say panic? Are those like
Cakes.
Panty or panty? What were you calling them? I don't know. I'm very
I'll
confused.
leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
I like the idea.
Pancakes now.
I like the idea
I
of
wanna-
calling it panic cakes, and you just have like a whole stack of them in like a panic room.
I like the idea of they're panty cakes and they're cut into the shape of like a pair of panties.
Are they the small ones? Or are they the large like
Like granny panties.
granny panties? Yeah,
Oh,
oh,
It's got to be the granny panties. It's got to be. Just for the factor of.
of why?
Because it's funny. I know one of the girls I work with. She could probably make a cake that looked like granny. Send it
Okay.
to when you. I'll send it to Trace. When's your birthday, Trace?
I will look forward to this in a half a year.
I
Actually,
could
it's
probably
more-
make the cake, but yeah.
Someone has a birthday on Saturday, actually.
Thanks,
is?
Ray. Now I got a
Oh,
little John stuck in my head.
Oh yeah.
wait, whose birthday is Saturday?
Someone's.
Oh.
Must be his.
Yeah, I
Is
have
it
to
yours?
because he's not saying it.
Is this like this is the worst? This is like your wife. Just is like, are you married to us and trying to drop hints that she wants to? Their
I know,
anniversary's
right?
coming up. What's
Yeah,
going on?
I can't decipher if he's like trying to drop a hint or if he's just like doesn't want to give away someone's birthday. Can't tell.
It's a little bit of everything.
I am planning
no,
on
It's mine.
doing
Are
anything
you gonna do a
special.
stream or something?
Yeah.
or-
Probably not, because we're also using this for our parents to meet.
Oh.
So if
Parents
I
haven't met yet?
After
No.
11 years,
what?
about that time.
It's only been 2. But
Oh, wait, your son's 11. That's what it was. Or something like that.
he's
I
10.
don't get
He'll be
I don't
11
get-
October.
huge like Lone always trying to get him on the sun.
It's
It
just
was
like,
I'm not the only one. Ray brought up the kid comment earlier.
yeah,
I
but
don't-
it was like a
I don't-
passing comment. It wasn't like a.
I don't get the constant ribbing of it.
He's the only one of all, us. That's why
I
we
mean,
get to do it to him.
Me, Lone, and Blake are old, but none of us have kids, so we can't experience it. I guess Grim is the only one of us that can like attest to any of that, really.
That y'all know about, though.
Well, that's true.
I can 100% say I have no kids.
Like I only have one that I know. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Be like, somebody comes up to me and I'm like 50, be like, I don't know you. Who
Please
you?
put hand and please put foot in mouth.
I'd enjoy that too much.
Oh, that's so. I hate that. That is the worst thing you might have said in a long time because I hate feet. I hate them.
I knew a friend that he told me one time because we were talking about something. He was like, "Yeah, I really have this fascination where I really want to have a job with the feet." If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, that kind of job.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay. Cool. He's like,
No,
yeah,
that's not cool.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not
like-
the one who's giving the job.
Like the foot fetish thing, I can never understand because I have a thing where I don't like to touch my own feet, let alone anybody else's.
It's one of those things. Well, it's not the worst thing I've seen, so it's not like a super like.
I don't know. It's just a weird. It doesn't make sense. I mean, my feet are clean. I just don't like touching them.
I've seen people wanting wolves, so it's just like, eh.
Yeah, I've heard people experience a fetish that they, for some reason they've never done. But, well, yeah. But the moment they experience it, they completely regret it.
Me and an ex-girlfriend were kind of like
80% of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Me and an ex-girlfriend were kind of like messed around, tickling each other, you know, just fooling around. She started trying to tickle my feet, and I'm like, if you keep doing that, I will kick you in the face and be sorry about it later, but I can't control it. Don't touch my feet. It's just like, because it'll just be a thing. If somebody tries to like doing like somebody working like a pedicure or something like that, I hate to kick a lady right in the face when she's massaging my foot or something.
All
It's
right,
just like, ugh.
I have a real embarrassing story about tickling. Now that you brought it up. So
Did
back
you shit yourself?
No.
Oh.
So back in like it was 9th, 10th grade. I don't know how this happened. I told my friend about it. I have a real bad time if someone like tries to like tickle me. I have like an uncontrollable I can't control that I can't control, you know, obviously when you get tickled you can't you just react to it. But I told him about it, and for whatever reason, him and another friend of mine kept on trying to like get me like hysterical and like in the middle of like the school. So they would just like start like tickling me.
Okay.
Trying to get me like to like laugh in front of everyone. It was really weird. And I've always to this day thought it was like some extremely like weird like
Fetish.
I can't describe it. Yeah. But like I 100% did not want any of it.
You know,
But-
speaking of laughing, this was just brought up to me. Grims is the only one that comes up with dad jokes.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he does fill it. He does fill the stereotype real well.
Wait, am I the only one? I've heard a few
I
from
don't
other
think
people.
so. I've said a few.
The
I think
most
you're the
dad
main one.
jokes.
The most, like on Rick.
Oh, I was trying to
he's
talk and
probably the most
sneeze at the same
prevalent.
time.
Okay, I thought you choked.
So I had to try to mute. I was trying to talk. You know, you sneeze in threes. I sneezed twice, and I was like, maybe I can say it now. I was like, "You're the main." Oh God, that hurt.
Yeah, like I have many stories of a previous life where there's a very good chance that I probably have children, but have no idea.
Yeah,
Well, now I have to know more, Blake.
early 20s was fun and bad at the same time.
I'm pretty sure I've told you guys I was a nightclub DJ in my early 20s.
I did not know this actually.
Do you have pictures?
I think I have heard this.
I think I have too. Maybe you told the old folks, Lone.
Long.
It's like we were like having our old folks convention we have
Lone?
every once in a while.
Did you
Send
tell
it
Blake
home.
alone?
So I got a question.
I said Lone.
You know,
I
since
said
we're
maybe
talking-
he just because me and Lone are the only ones that knew it.
Oh.
I have a feeling if we ever do this meetup, Who are the ones who be going to bed early?
Well, yeah. Right.
It's not gonna be by choice either. We're gonna all
I
be
gotta-
sitting around talking, and you're gonna look around, and me, Lone, and Blake will be over there sleeping.
And then Grim's next.
Yeah, that'd be me
Yeah, Grim will
too.
be, Grim will be right beside us.
I'd go to sleep at 9 o'clock if I could, but someone doesn't like that.
I don't
I go to-
usually. I don't know.
I mean, I go to bed at like 6 a.m. So
Same.
Yeah.
I have a terrible sleep.
Young
so.
people.
Oh, dude, like
I didn't get up today
it was
until
not
8.
uncommon. It was not uncommon for me in my
20s.
days when I was doing that job
Things.
Back when we
Dude,
rode
not
pterodactyls
get
to school.
to not get home from the previous night out at like until like 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah. You ever do the thing where you wake up in somebody's house and go, "Where am I at?" And you look to your right and go, "Who are you?"
I haven't done that, but
I've done that
I've slept
one
on
time.
many of couches.
Yeah, that happened a lot too. Like you never stayed in your own fucking bed. Didn't matter if you were with a girl or just out with your buddies. You pass out wherever. You wake up in your buddy's apartment and you're immediately like, "Where am I at?"
And mine
Who's
wasn't
this?
from drinking either. Whew.
Yeah.
No, I've done that multiple times.
Yeah, Blake's got a lot of little Blakes running around. I've only done that once.
And the thing is, it's going to be very, very hard for me to deny the fact that if they do come out of the woodwork, that they are mine.
Why?
what's the defining feature? What's the evidence that they're your kid?
Do you like have a birthmark that's like on all your? You think it's gonna be on your kid? What?
The JoJo.
Hasn't said the JoJo.
You guys have seen the photos of me, right?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen a video of you. You always
Yeah,
accidentally
that's
show
it.
a video of yourself.
I don't know what is like your like super like.
Outstanding feature.
I don't want to be like rude, but like I don't like I have. There's nothing like super like ooh, like you don't have like for example like a huge nose, big ears, anything like that.
All my kids
look-
are gonna have a
you look
big
like a
ass
normal-
dick. That's how I'm gonna.
You know I live in Australia, correct?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but let me ask you this.
You know that the majority of the population is white Anglo-Saxon, correct?
I would like to see the
Yeah.
numbers of, from what I've seen, there. I bet you have
Hey, JR, what's up?
more Asian Australians than we have Asian Americans. Just to your sheer location.
No,
Probably.
but I don't know.
Remember,
feel like-
where they're right
However-
near Asia. They're right near
Yeah,
Asia.
but we've also like the West Coast has a lot. Like
Yeah.
literally how many people immigrate from Asia to like California.
But
and-
like, just physically, Australia is closer to people that would want to flee from something.
okay, per capita, yeah, but like on the actual number, no.
No, number probably not, but like, is like just walking around a town or something like that. You'd probably
yes,
you would in America.
Yeah, it's different though.
You know how hard it would be for me to deny a woman coming up to me and saying, "Oh, hey, this is your kid," and handing me a half Asian baby?
Just go find another Asian man.
Yeah, just like okay.
It's his kid.
On some
It's not
websites that are
mine.
trusted that sold games, and I'm having filled in. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know why you're like saying
That's
like,
like saying
every Asian kid is connected to you.
That's like saying if I mean, I wasn't the pickiest in the world, so like if a mixed race baby comes up to me, does that mean that's mine? I mean,
How many times?
And if they're bald, right?
yeah. Oh, this baby's bald. It's gotta be yours. What?
You know one thing I learned? If you guys don't know, I'm from Nicaragua. I actually saw pictures of people there that actually looked surprisingly like me. And I would be like, oh, like if my mom met one of these people, they would be like, oh, he looks almost like you, and like because here's also the funny thing. Between me and my sister, if you saw her, she's a slightly darker skin tone than me, which is odd, because no one in my family, except maybe my grandmother's side, but no one in my family really has a pronounced dark tone. And then I looked at the demographics there, and there's actually a varied population there. There's like I don't know what they would call them. But there's like African population. There's like a Chinese population, and that just came to a shock to me that actually existed when I discovered it.
Bet a lot of countries have a mixed population. What country is it? Argentina or something has a big group of Germans that live in it. There's like just European Germans. Yeah, we know where they come from. We know why they're there. Yeah,
That's a completely
Oh my
Right,
god.
right.
but that's what I'm saying is that that's a
He wasn't even
diverse.
trying.
What? That's a bunch of Germans. It is
Uh-huh.
in Argentina.
You know what?
where Hitler went.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lon. I was
Jesus,
gonna,
Lone.
I was gonna ease into it, but you know.
Yeah,
You
well,
just gotta go
we don't
full
know that
force
for
right into
sure,
it.
but
Yeah.
we do know that there was
Many
just
subs
say-
went there. Many
Yeah.
subs went there.
there's a lot of questionable people like, oh, I just showed up here, ha ha
What did they say?
ha.
What?
That's my stereotypical
Canadian in
German. Well, you know,
Seriously?
German, Canadian, you know.
I'm so glad I'm here. Haha, I am German. Haha. Thank you, Ray.
I don't know how I arrived here.
I love
think-
everybody.
Oh my god.
Let me be very specific. This is like World War II German, not modern day. It's
Whoa, really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that one.
you know, blonde hair, blue eyes, that kind of stuff. You know.
Yeah, yeah. The dad has a strange fascination with science for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Oh.
America's
Oh.
not out in that. Eugenics was born in
Did you just
America.
get it,
Let's
Grim?
remember that.
No,
Are you
this
kidding
is
me?
this is game related. Sorry.
Oh, okay. It's like, oh my god, Grim, what's
Yeah, I was about to take away Grimm's like code of like rationality.
Oh dear.
uh,
But yeah, like knowing the people that I was actually surrounded with at that time, and the demographic of the area that I lived in, it's like
Just deny it.
80 to 90%.
like every lawyer tells you, deny, deny, deny.
You always just you don't ever like say yes, like agree to it until you get like a test done.
Oh yeah, of course,
Could be
100%.
someone else's, yeah.
So what you're really saying is you don't visit that area anymore.
Just in case.
I still have family that live around there, so I kind of have to.
Okay, in the daytime. Well, you're supposed to be out in the daytime.
In the daytime, is he Batman?
Nobody killed him.
I'm gonna get who I was.
But yeah, like I mean, I guarantee that if there was ever to be some sort of in-depth questions asked about that particular time in my life, and if there were certain people that came forward for whatever reason, I would definitely be spending some time in prison.
In prison?
Jesus.
They went from
Oh,
having
no,
a
no,
kid
no,
to
no.
being in prison. What the hell?
I'm sorry. Does Australia have some like weird like law where like if you get found out that you have a
No, no,
child,
no, no,
that you go
no,
to prison?
no. The amount of stuff that we would try on with people and
Okay,
sort of
I thought
get
this was
away
going
with
freaky.
is...
Yeah.
What do you
oh,
try on?
oh.
What do you try? Okay, you better start defining because this is getting public exposed, and it's starting to sound like you should be like thrown under the jail here.
Like,
Run under the jail.
in terms of like sexual harassment suits and all that sort of stuff.
Whoa.
Some of the stuff that we actually did and got away with. If someone was in a
Why are you saying this here now? Why?
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna
Because-
testify.
because back then it was just a normal thing that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I
let's
mean, I
go
don't
back to
say
the
I ever
Nazis
did,
and
but-
say they would say the same thing. Just it did what you do. My
Jesus.
accent has varied so much when it gets.
We already have someone like saying they're going to go to prison. We don't need to have someone else go for.
Like,
me-
it's not like it's like hard and fast. Okay, yeah, we did this. This is basically like
The words. You keep saying the
yeah,
words.
but
Mhm.
some of the stuff that you would say, some of the stuff that you would sort of.
Are you putting roofies in people's
was
streets? Let's just bring
borderline.
it out there, okay?
No, no,
Okay.
nothing like
Let's
that.
Let's clear up the waters because it's starting to sound like
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
I
we
was
just
yeah.
slip something in somebody's drink and they pass out. What can you do?
Why is Interpol on my
No,
viewer
no.
list?
Not at that point, but basically the
Don't
way
worry,
that
I look over at my chat. All I see is Blake. Stop.
Please. I'm afraid you're in danger of oversharing.
yeah, oh yeah,
But go, please continue.
like
Just say you had a very flavorful past.
It's good content.
Story, a
Extremely.
checkered history.
extremely.
It's good content. I love it.
This is something I'd want to do off podcast.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Super after dark.
Where evidence can't be obtained.
After I can't even think what would be after dark. After death, I guess.
Jesus.
That went dark fast.
It's probably it's no darker than Blake's history, but no, that's something I'm very interested about. But for legal reasons, you probably shouldn't. Again,
I will
I
stop
don't
there,
think
but
I don't think it's that bad, but yeah, like I don't.
It's
No,
a
no.
different era, yeah.
I'll put it
Yeah,
on paper.
definitely.
I don't think it's probably as bad as I'm thinking of.
I
But-
think Blake is probably.
100%. But if someone wanted to actually make a
Okay,
case of it, then
I
yeah,
believe
it-
there's a statute of limitations
would
on that
be-
too, Blake. I'm gonna tell
yeah,
you.
and it would be very, very dicey as to whether or not it'd be sort of.
Basically, this sounds like guilt a bit. A
Yeah,
bit of
it's like a mission of
Oh, 100%. Like I look back at some of the stuff that I did, and it's like, well, how the hell did I get away with that?
the worst thing I did.
And again, it also
Jesus
comes down to
Christ.
the status that you have as a person in that position. Like, people are
Gee,
willing
okay,
to do a
Blake.
lot more than they
Blake,
think.
stop!
Right.
Stop! Please. This is like
I'm gonna
I'm
say
gonna hear a knock on my door. FBI, we're here for an international exchange of.
We need you to go to Australia. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
the worst thing I've done and regret is I called a kid in middle school gay. That is like the worst thing
I've done. So I could be a bully at times in school, and I hate myself for the things I did.
like. That is by far like the worst thing I've done. That is like compared to what Blake's done, it is like nothing.
Blake's out there killing people.
Jesus.
That's what he makes it sound like.
Never
You know,
went that
just-
far.
I just killed one. I mean, you think you could get away with one?
He was asking for it too, literally. He was like, hey, can you kill me?
Real quick.
You ever said this saying like when somebody's or you see something stupid or something, you're sitting there and go, I want to jump headfirst off a building.
I don't
That's
think
every
that-
time you talk to me on Discord.
Every time Grim tells a daddy joke, oh, I hate
Jesus.
myself.
Oh,
A dad joke. Oh my god. It's never gonna get lived down.
Oh,
What?
this is
Oh,
recorded
God.
too. Yes.
Kill me. Now see what I was talking about? I'm gonna go jump off my roof. I'll be back.
That's going to be my new follower alert.
when they can't wait.
Oh, I hate myself. I hate it.
I will
Hate
unfollow
everything.
and refollow just to hear it.
I need to leave.
Does that work? I thought they
world.
had a cooldown on that or something.
I mean, it might be a cooldown. Like, you may not be able to do it, but like I've been following you for a while, so I'm sure I can go back
Yo,
and.
When you say
But,
stuff like that, it makes you sound like a weirdo. Out of context. Been following you for a while.
It's like Wolfen 2.
Yeah, basically. Why'd you get on that scooter?
Oh,
Or
we
Blake
gotta.
at this point, because he's just about said some creepy shit tonight. Just lump him in there with everybody
I don't know.
else.
I don't know if it's like creepy or criminal.
Questionable.
A little bit of both.
There's a line that he's dancing. Or was dancing. Let's rephrase it. Was. He's not currently.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I hope not.
Give him a few minutes.
I don't wanna. I want to kill myself. This is just. I feel like the things I've said tonight, which let me rephrase it. I don't feel I've said as much as Blake, but I've said things that can't come back to me now. I have nightmares.
I don't know. I don't know if anything was that bad.
We have a bot
No,
that's
the
recording.
last thing I said about Grim was the
Hold
thing
on.
I want to kill myself for.
Oh yeah. Okay. That
We have a
one
bot
is-
recording that
is over.
I'll
basically
have nightmares.
records everyone's individual Discord voice. So if someone's talking at the same time, it's
'Cause
separated.
I'll never live it down.
So we can go pull
It's
that from the
Grim.
file.
I'll never live it down.
Exactly, Daddy.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Oh man, I got a
Oh,
feeling.
you
we're
want
gonna
me?
hear
I can
this
get
tomorrow
real
a lot.
weird. Hold on.
yeah, this is gonna be tomorrow. a
Ooh,
lot.
yes, please.
Please, so Matt record this. I mean, I use good sound clips when it's like something like dumb. I don't catch like if someone were to like say, hey, yeah, please don't do this one, I wouldn't do it.
What I like is that there are so many people laughing there. It might be hard for you guys to pick out my voice and all of that.
I do believe the bot is still going.
It is.
So...
That's what I was talking about.
Make me laugh. Daddy.
And
Hey Wolf, what's the name of that bot? Like the actual name?
His name is Craig.
Great.
It's,
Where did you come up with that
He's
name,
not lying,
Craig?
so
yeah, he's. Does it have
Is
an
it
actual
really
like
Craig?
bot name?
Yeah, it says
Specific?
Craig.
Well, yes, yes, we got
I
that.
saw that, but he's talking about like the specific name for the actual bot.
The Discord name. You
The
mean?
Oh.
yeah.
Discord name or like
Yeah, I can copy the
Oh.
software name something.
Yeah, it just
That's
says
another
Craig.
thing that I
Chat.
hate about you Americans. How you pronounce that name.
Krog?
Craig.
Krog?
Craig.
Krog.
Krog.
Craig.
His name is
Is
Craig.
this on Duke Crew now?
Craig.
Yeah, you
Craig.
gotta, like emphasize the I where we don't.
I'm surprised
Craig.
they don't put a W in there or something.
Craig. His name is Craig. Just randomly.
My name is Craig.
My wife.
I wonder which of our chats he's in, or if
He's
Oh.
in Wolf's.
He's in Wolf's. He's probably the one yelling at Blake, if we're honest.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well, that's a a nice little false topic.
Oh shit!
Well, I think-
Hey, you asked for rambling. We're rambling so much.
I mean, we're already halfway there, so
I'm
I
trying
mean,
to figure out what.
Apparently, so was Blake a long time ago.
Oh, that sounds like you got good memories.
Oh, I have plenty of good memories. I have plenty of good stories as well.
Continue.
Let's move on, please.
No, no,
But
no,
that's
no,
for
no,
another
no.
time.
Oh,
But that's for another time.
yeah,
man.
another time.
I need alcohol involved before I have share anything.
Oh no, I
so
can't
I
do
can
that.
forget what I said.
You've already showed quite a bit, haven't you?
Listen, mistakes were made.
I don't want to forget because then I have to remember it later on when I got to defend myself in court. Or I don't remember and it helps helps me against the case. I don't know.
What are you trying to
Oh,
say?
I don't
Peter?
know.
Yeah, you're right. I'll let you
Like-
lead it to the next topic.
You still like 2 double negatives.
I'm gonna get us off for this.
Uh-huh.
What is your
Eating?
most hated character of any fiction? Who do you
You mean
hate?
like plot wise or like
Any character? Doesn't matter. You
for,
just
for
don't like them.
whatever reason? Then.
Whatever reason, just a character that you remember because you fucking hate them.
Harry Potter had a really good one. And it's not Voldemort.
It's Dolores Umbridge. She was
Yeah.
really good of a character to hate.
In the book, she was even more rated. They made it out even worse.
What was all defining?
I don't remember the
Bad
book that
shit.
well.
She was just a horrible person.
Yep.
God, you'd have to watch. Like, she was just like horrible to kids, and it's just like it's. Let me think. This one person
She
would
was
come to mind.
almost like a Hitler analog.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, to the extent where you really can't pick that up in the movies.
The movies at
sounds
all.
like it's just the new person comes in and takes over, but like. they
Yeah, but
actually
she was
get
still
on.
very like
Yeah, but yeah, the book sells it even better. Grim, trust me. It's like you end up by the end of the book. You're like, please go away any way possible.
I read
You're
all the books.
horrible.
I don't remember them too much.
I remember.
Still
But
have
that
them.
was they were coming out. Yeah, I still have them too. They were coming out when I was right at that age. So, let's see. Any other characters I absolutely hate? The Red Skull's pretty bad. Kind of a Nazi and an asshole, but you know.
Well, he quite literally is a Nazi. Right?
Yeah, it's just,
Well, he kind of. Well, here's the thing. He kind of is, and he kind of used the Nazis as a way to advance his own agenda. If we're honest.
yeah.
I'm sure he agreed with a lot of what they were saying, but I don't know if he was. He didn't care about the Aryan race and all that shit. Really, he was just like, yeah, you guys will advance my own personal agenda to infiltrate the world and rule it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Which he did,
So-
and then he turned on them.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if any are really. Thanos is a pretty good one, but the thing that they did, I like what Marvel did with Thanos is, in a weird way. I mean, not that you agree with it, you can kind of see where he's coming from.
I agree with him, honestly.
Sympathy with the villain has kind of been interesting lately.
Yeah, Grim, I worry about your sanity.
What?
Just because he said he agreed with them completely, so you know.
Oh,
Like, yeah, like it's hard to argue with the logic of his argument, but knowing that the lengths that you would have to go to do that makes him that sort of a
Yeah.
bad person.
Yes.
Like the willingness to actually go that far is what actually
Go in a nursery that
creates-
has 10 kids, 10 babies in it, kill 5 of them with your bare hand, basically. If you
Fair
can do
finger.
that, you agree with Thanos' point of view.
Okay.
So the Anakin Skywalker approach, going in and killing kids.
Well, no, just if you want to eliminate half the people in the universe, logically at least half, you know, some of those are going to be babies, kids, innocent people, you know,
Old people.
old people, young people, all of them. Which, let's be honest, Thanos was on his way to do that by like conquest before he ever got the stones. He would just go and do it himself.
Yeah, like it's the stones were basically an easier way for him to do what he was already doing.
either morally or efficiently or whatever. It was still pretty.
Well,
Yeah.
wasn't he still doing it the same way? He just wasn't
He would
as
kill half.
random.
Yeah, he would kill.
Yeah.
He would kill half of every world he took.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said the stones were kind of a way for him just to do it faster, more efficient. I don't know how to put that. It's horrible either way, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, it'd be efficient because instead of having to line them
That
all,
was his end game.
they count like half of them, like and cut them in half.
yeah,
So you could just snap his fingers and do it. I think that's pretty efficient.
yeah,
He might be a madman, but at least he actually has some sanity when it comes to how like the purpose of getting the stone to actually be like quite literally
yeah.
snap half the entire universe and be done with it.
I think that's the problem with most movie Jokers for me, as far as Batman's villain. Is like they're crazy, but you're like, I don't see the end game here. You know, half the time it's like they don't seem to have a point
Goal.
at the end, a goal. Yeah,
I don't know if every single villain needs a goal. It just depends on the story that they're trying to set up.
They just
And again,
a lot of
Nolan-
villains.
The Nolan Batman Joker was just that
But
was
he's-
him. Like he didn't really
Yeah.
care about anything.
that was probably the best one. But his lack of goal was sort of his. You know, he sold the lack of goal as kind of his stick, which is fine. But like I think, like A was talking about, not willing to agree with the villain, but willing to kind of understand where they're coming from.
Like,
Is
know
really
why they're
interesting.
doing what they're doing it, but
Yeah.
like, they don't have thing that like would
See, I think-
everyone would agree with, because they're not like the kind of. It's not like one person pushes the button so that nobody else has to dirty their hands, but the
See-
person that's like doesn't like to wait for alternate options or thinking caring about what other people would think about as well, because flip the position, that's obviously a conundrum.
Well, it's like Nolan with he did with Two-Face. I think I mean, that was interesting, but it was kind of like a side story. You know, it wasn't anything to care about. And I think Two-Face could be a character that's very interesting because he started off as good and turned bad. You know, it's kind of one of those. It's interesting storyline.
I mean, he's also like someone who just like happened to stumble upon that. You know, he didn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't like the Joker. He was like, yeah, I want to become a madman. It was just like oh, I got fucked up. Well, now I'm just like this now.
Yeah, it's like makes you question: could that happen to anybody?
Yeah, it's one of those
Yeah.
things. Where it's like he didn't choose to live that life. The life just he just happens on it.
That's interesting to me. That's good story writing, I think. I mean, like I said, some of it's good. Just
And not
how you-
all characters need to be that, because if every single
No.
character was just like like when they need to feel sympathy for, then it's just like then it's just like none of the villains are like hardcore villains, so it's kind of hard to write a lot of the stories like that.
Trying to think, there's been some villains that you're just like, this dude is the biggest asshole in the world, and I'm trying to think of any of them.
I mean, some of the villains just want the chaos.
Joker's a good example of that, yeah.
Yeah,
And Nolan did really good at that, at showing that he just wanted chaos.
Again, I think that's good that like they're all like certain.
There needs to be a balance. They all can't just want chaos. You can't have a goal, and you can't, you know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what character I hate the most. I mean, I know the
devil. He was a character in a book.
See, when I view this topic, I don't go of like, oh, that character was like the morals of the character. I go more of like, I find this character super fucking annoying and wish they were deleted. That's like more route I took this, not like the moral aspect of it, but
I can't even think of anybody I'd find completely totally annoying.
Okay,
Really.
I want to play Last of Us 2.
Oh, here we go.
I've seen it. But again, do we want to go this way?
No.
No, I'm just saying like that's just like an easy pick for a lot of people due to recency bias. I'd assume it's like one of the characters in there. I mean, I haven't played it, and so I don't really care about that character. But I'm trying to think of like just what character is so bad. Does anyone else have one they can think about?
Not off the top of my head.
I'm trying to think like games, movies, books I've read. Like which character is like so bad. Like I'm trying to think of a good thing I like, and like the character I least like out of it.
Smeagol, Gollum. I never really like that character.
He's annoying, but he's like funny annoying. He's like
my precious.
I
Just
don't
like-
know. I never liked him in the book, and I liked the adaptation that Circus did for him, but I don't know, something about it just, I don't know, something didn't work for me on that. So it was just, I found it, I don't know, grating maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I do agree that he is like. Again, I haven't seen the movies in a long while, but I do agree that he's like slightly like just rubs you the wrong way. I think it's the voice for me, but like I'm trying to think. Like those characters that I just dislike, but like they'll either like a funny way of disliking them, or I just dislike them because they're really boring. And I don't think you can hate a character for being boring unless they're like so dry that it impacts the entire game or whatever media that they're in. Does anyone have a character?
What about a character that someone made wrong? Like they didn't turn out the way you wanted.
If you like, really dislike them because of how they were toned out, then yeah, go ahead.
Hey.
Suicide Squad. Pick one.
It's because it's been a while since I've seen it, but there was this one Dragon Ball movie that just made no fucking sense to me. Like, you know the Dragon Ball, like the actual Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, all that.
No.
There was the movie, and the thing you get to know about the main character Goku is that he's like one-minded individual, gonna do what he wants because he just wants to.
Are we talking about Star Wars now?
No, I'm
was
talking
that
about
the Star Wars guy? Kid?
Kylo?
Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda.
What? Don't you talk about Grogu?
Isn't that what Abe just said?
No, he said Dragon
Dragon
Ball
Ball
Z.
Z.
Yeah, but I know, but what was the name he just said?
Goku is
Goku.
not Grogu or Grogu.
That's
Grogu.
close.
Boy, Lone is not here. Please leave a message after the tone.
But in that movie, like, first of all, there was the fact that they got some of the characters wrong. You never even saw Krillin. That was like a really messed up, unnecessary Yamcha. And I think there was also a part where they didn't even make Bulma make any sense. The whole story made no sense because like it was the idea. Okay, so in a synopsis, it was basically like Piccolo was gonna be the main villain, and it was gonna get the Dragon Balls to basically take over the world. That was the main thing from like the first Dragon Ball, if you've seen it. But what they do at the end is like they pull a twist, and they like try to make it like reveal that it was that Goku is basically the way Piccolo's gonna take over the world, and that just made no sense. Like, again, this has been a while. I haven't seen that movie, but overall, it was a movie that I felt like the directors or the people that made this, they didn't even pay attention at all to what Dragon Ball is supposed to be.
So
Sorry, I
here's
was also
one.
focusing on my game I'm playing.
Here's one that I sort of think of as a very, very good opportunity for a very, very bad, or there was a good opportunity to make the character so much better, and it was Walder Frey in Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, he sucked.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was bad.
There's a bunch of stuff people didn't like over the last season.
That wasn't last season.
Oh, the last season of Game of Thrones was... I'm making no excuses for the last season of Game of Thrones, but there was so much more that they could have done with that character. And I mean, a lot of the characters in the end in Game of Thrones, like the way that it basically turned, the way it turned out without causing too many spoilers is, it was just disappointing the way that it all ended. For anybody who's actually seen the series, like it seemed like they were just rushing to try and get it done before they ran out of time to do the series like any justice. But I mean, yeah, like a lot of the villains in Game of Thrones and the way that they actually ended that whole show was so bad. Like, you look at the character of Cersei, like, she was an absolutely brilliantly written villain, to the point where people were actually giving the actress Lena Headey, like, serious
Hate.
Yeah.
They did the same thing to the Joffrey character.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was another one that you basically just thought that kid is an absolute dick. Like, I would not be upset punching a 12-year-old kid if it was him.
I'm glad you had that caveat at the end there.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. Maybe that's on Blake's list of things he's done is punch children.
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
I'm sorry, Blake. Hope we lost him. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
I'm still here. I'm still.
Okay, you just didn't respond. I feel bad now.
He's like, shit, they saw me.
They saw me.
There's witnesses.
Jesus.
You talked about yeah, well, they couldn't separate the character from the person. I think a good example of this was the actress who played I forget her name, but she was kind of like Finn's love interest in the new Star Wars movie. Rose.
Oh,
No, Rose. No, I don't really kill for Rose as a character. I didn't really like her at all. She didn't really do much except for like she was like the mechanic, whatever. And then the one time she got in like the ship to like run it into them basically and blow it up and suicide. I thought that was extremely dumb and there was just like no reasoning behind it. But yeah, I think that was a good example because she got a lot of hate for that character, and the actress like had to delete all of her social media over it. And I think, as much as I dislike the character, I don't think the actress is ever any fault for that, you know, because she was directed to be that, you know, way to have
she's
that role.
playing the role and she's following what she's told to.
She's following the script, so it's like I can't hate her. If anything, I hate the director and you know for writing it, the script writers for making that character this way and whatnot. But I guess another one, same movie as Ray. I really dislike Ray. I think she's way.
You hate me?
Yeah, Ray. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know that Ray visual. Never mind.
Ray, what'd you say? I was not listening for the last part of that.
Yeah.
It's on to me. I see how it is.
Don't worry about it. But I don't like Ray in the new Star Wars. I dislike. Okay, I also dislike how they did dirty with Finn, but Ray was just what is it? Mary Sue? Is that a character that's just like I think good happens to something like that, or like
get the definition.
Oh, MacGuffin.
It's a character that has all the solutions laid out for them, or something like that.
Yeah, okay, something like that. Like it was like so. It seemed like such an easy path for someone who just like recently like started becoming a Jedi, and I just didn't feel like she had like any real like trials. If that makes sense. And it wasn't like I really
more character development.
Yeah, I didn't kill for her as the main character. I wanted to know more about this ex-stormtrooper and how I thought he was gonna be like a Jedi. You know, like I killed more for him. Plus, I like the actor a lot more.
That's a misdirect too. I mean, they could have done that right, and the misdirect would have worked.
Right. Like there was so much more they could have had. Even the Poe, even Poe had more character, and I know his actor hates Poe. His actor was is actually the one who's going to play Snake in the Metal Gear movie. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he also hates the character, and so does Finn's actor. Well, they hate both their characters like, after doing the trilogy. And I kind of agree. I mean, I don't hate both Finn and Poe. I don't even hate Rey's character. I just dislike Rey's character, and I think the other ones could have been better. But I do dislike Rose. I think Rose is super annoying. And just kind of just forced in for whatever reason.
It's almost like a corporation that's running that. It's trying to stick to a quota.
Oh, I'm loyal. Like I think that's one of the things I hate most about some movies. When a character feels like they're forced to be though, to have one point in the story about them, then literally there's never appeal for anything else. Like they are only there to have one thing. Either they die from the main character for some reason, or they just like give them something, but then they'll kind of still treat it like a main character, even though they don't do anything else. They're just there. I think those characters kind of rub me the wrong way.
Really grind your gears.
Yes, thank you, Ron. I don't know. It's just like, those are just kind of annoying. I think that's like the best example I can come with of the character I dislike.
I mean, then they brought in the whole "you're the grandchild of Palpatine." That was what?
Oh, also the whole cloning and how there was a Palpatine 2. I just didn't like that at all.
Well, isn't it supposed to be that there's always balance? So it's always going to be two Sith?
No,
the rule of two.
The rule of two is that there can only be two Sith, not that there can only exist. Well, like.
Wait, what?
But for balance in the Force, there always has to be a dark side and a light side, right?
I don't want anything, but they'll have to be at least two Siths. I think
that's the rule of two, meaning that
the rule of two is they're always going to be like.
They're going to be two rulers because then there's conflict. An apprentice and a master.
Master and yeah, because they hate each other because they're Siths.
Or someone can again, the conflict.
They
But
basically
only,
kill each other is how they
yeah,
take
only
over.
if the
too.
student
Yeah.
beats the master, they're the new master. If the master beats the student, they get to make a new disciple.
Yeah, okay. I know that. Then, okay.
Which apparently they broke that rule in the last movies too, from what I saw. It's like, oh, you know that rule we made, the rule of 2? Yeah, that doesn't count.
That doesn't surprise me about the new movies. I don't know. I generally just like the new Star Wars movies.
Haven't watched them.
I watched them, but I just don't care enough to hate them or love them. I just don't care about Star Wars. Never really have.
I'll put it this way: I've watched the first of the new ones, but not any of the others.
I don't think.
I love how much hate the prequels get.
I love the prequels. I don't know why.
I don't hate them either.
Like, I mean, I know of the community of people that really love the prequels.
They're okay. I mean, they're not like, but I'm not of the like my dad's generation or some of the ones that hate the prequels. But that's because they remember the original ones coming out. I'm not old enough to remember the originals coming out.
Here's my hot.
Okay.
I enjoy the
My parents
prequels.
remember the originals, and they still love the prequels. So
That's good. He doesn't hate the prequels either, by the way. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, there were a lot of things that they could have done better in all of those movies, but
It was still cool because I think it was one of the first like big, like that era of like big. These you knew that there's going to be 3 of them. They had all this freaking technology had not really been seen before in it. You know, it was like really cool for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
It redefined the science fiction and special effects and stuff.
Yeah, it really rewrote. It did a lot for special effects, if nothing else. As far as like mixing real and fake together, you know. Because
Yeah.
we've all seen those movies where you're like, okay, this has a touch too much CGI in it. Was it Aquaman? That's one that's probably a good example of way too much CGI.
I have not even watched Aquaman, but
It's a decent movie, but there's way too much CGI. It's like okay, this isn't okay to burn an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever it is.
I think
But it's like
okay to bone, like just take the DVDs and just.
no, but it's okay. It's just too much CGI. It's like they went, you know what? We've had an unlimited CGI budget. Do what you want. And then they did too much. So, and that makes it look fake, you know.
here's an interesting question. Did any of you guys actually ever see the Final Fantasy movie that they made entirely out of CGI?
No. Mainly because I don't care about Final Fantasy, but
Oh,
Just offended him.
like I mean, no, the story was absolutely horrific. The actual CGI associated with the film was really, really good to a point, but it's obviously been surpassed multiple times over by this time. But the movie itself was not good. But just, I think pretty much that was one of the first instances of using game engine technology to actually create a movie entirely from CGI.
you made me think of a movie that might have been the only movie I've ever left and went, that was horrible, and I never want to see it again. I think I'd even stay for all of it. Like, I've never really walked out of a movie. The Happening, I think is what it's called.
Is that
M.
the
Night
one
Shyamalan's
with
one.
what's his face?
It's M. Night Shyamalan. I think it was called The Happening. Spoiler alert, the trees are killing everybody by making them go crazy.
Okay,
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
that's the one I'm thinking of.
Whoa! I didn't ask for those spoilers, Ray. Now I can't
Yeah,
watch the
But
movie.
here's the thing, that's what pisses you off at the end of the movie where you want to go kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
With the
'Cause
trees?
it's
I
like-
know what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's such a build up to such a shitty payoff. It's like what's happening the whole time you're watching, you go, oh, this is gonna be so good. Then it's like, oh, it's the trees and they're sad, so they're mad, so they're releasing this shit, and it's like, well, this is the dumbest excuse for what's happening I've ever heard in my life. After that, I never trusted any M. Night Shyamalan movie ever again. And before that, I enjoyed his movies, but he burned me. I was like, yeah, don't trust you.
Basically,
Like,
all
he's
it
got a new
was.
one coming out.
All it was, it built it up like, all right, we have basically you just have to survive this. There's
Yeah,
nothing you can do to stop it,
yeah. There was no solution, no closing. It was just like,
and that's it.
we're fucked. Bye bye. It's like I don't know. And then even just the reveal, the way they did it, it was just so bad. I think it probably is rated one of his worst movies.
The trees are blowing.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Every time people go crazy, the trees are moving. Okay. It's just like the new movie he's got where like I don't know if there's like a beach that make people old and young and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't trust it, to tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it's coming out. Or
Yeah, I don't know what it does, but I don't trust it because it's M. Night Shyamalan.
It would age up the kids like.
I used to call him M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, but that felt bad.
The last movie I wanted to watch was the Glass, the last one in the trilogy. Was it called Glass? Yeah, it was called Glass.
Yeah, it was Glass.
Unstoppable, Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. Oh, the last one.
No, the first one was Unbreakable. The second one
Yeah.
was Split, and then it was Glass. That's right.
It was Glass.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Glass. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
remember that series.
I liked Glass. Glass was fine. People shit on Glass. I think it's a pretty okay conclusion to the trilogy.
It's an interesting. The whole thing is really interesting. The way they handled all that. It's really.
I mean, I wish they wrapped it up nicer because now it's like I feel like there was like another movie that they can make, but they're not because it's a trilogy. Unless they go like a second trilogy somehow.
Quadruply?
Yeah, it was fine. I like it a lot. Does anyone else watch that? Or
Yeah, I've seen them.
do you like it? Or...
I haven't seen Split. I've seen. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah,
Fucking
Glass.
James McAvoy is a fantastic actor.
Yeah, I haven't
was
seen
crazy.
Split.
Oh, that movie. Isn't that do with multiple personalities?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That movie was insane.
That was
for
with,
the trailers.
What was the guy's name?
Is it odd if I say the character, the guy made me think of Milby every time? And I was like, oh, this is terrifying.
I think he is. I can't remember his name. What is his name? It starts with a J.
I can't think of the top of my head.
What?
Are we talking an actor's name or
Read Discord.
Yeah, it's James McAvoy. I just said that.
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, that's his name.
But I think he
That's
is.
That's Professor Xavier.
Yep, young Xavier. I can't remember. Let me see what.
oh dear.
Got it. Yeah, that's to say. I'm pretty sure he is.
The responses are even better.
I don't know. I think it was good. I think McAvoy is cool. I've seen him in a lot of movies. But anyone else have any final calculus they hate?
I have a joke one
Okay.
that only me and you will get.
Okay, yeah, I know where this is going.
Mad Maddie,
Yeah,
From what?
Apex.
the Apex.
Ah,
They added a new limited time event, and they changed the announcer. And the announcer, according to Blake, sounds
Oh, she's definitely a New Zealander. 100%.
and she's very annoying. She has a lot of voice lines that don't make a lot of sense. But it didn't help on the first few days of the patch that there was a lot of audio bugs, where she was basically echoing around the arena, and that there were bugs with certain stuff in the game. But yeah, 2 hates her because of that. Which I think is fun.
I don't really hate her all that much. It was more of a joke one, but she does get annoying.
But she's more annoying than hateable. Like, again, I think the actress is fine. It's just the bugs didn't help when they launched the patch, but they fixed them. It's fine. Everything is okay. She's still annoying though. But with that, I think we're pretty good, you know. thank you guys for watching. This is episode 11. We're streaming this on 3 different channels: twitch.tv/GrimReaperLP, twitch.tv/lone_wolf_ent, and twitch.tv/2fresh4 and the letter U. So once again, thank you for coming. We thought we had 2 topics planned for this one, so
Yeah.
a little bit
For
of
a two-topic thing, we did pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
good. We got into a lot of interesting places about each other. So.
And Penny loves me.
Oh, congratulations.
What?
I'm eating candy. I said congratulations.
I love the aim does that every once in a while.
What heart level? Wait, let's wait until the podcast is over.
Wow.
before we-
Yeah, we'll wait until podcast is over.
But anyways, I want to thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you next week with episode 12. Goodbye.
Bye. Peanuts.
Venus?
I ended right.